Recording live from Glory Hole Studios in Chicago and beyond. This is Cognitive Dissonance. Every episode we blast anyone who gets in our way. We bring critical thinking, skepticism, and irreverence to any topic that makes the news, makes it big, or makes us mad. It's skeptical, it's political, and there is no welcome mat. Today is Thursday, July 24th.
24th, when you're listening to this.
Nailed it.
We're recording it the same day, but I'm just back from vacation, Tom. And I wanted to tell you a story about my landing the night we came back. I was, we left, we flew, we had to do a connecting flight. There's no way to not do a connecting flight from where we left. We left from Stockholm and we had to fly back to Chicago. So there's no like direct flights from Stockholm to Chicago. You've just got to decide who you want to take you there. And so I've flown on Iceland Air a couple times. It's been sometimes good, sometimes bad. It depends on it. But there was the shortest amount of time in an airport was Iceland Air. So my flight time, my entire flight time with everything was going to be over 12 hours, like a little over 12 hours. It was only like 9 hours in the air, or a little more than that. I think it was like, it was like 10 total hours in the air, the way they were doing it. But it was like 2 hour layover at one of the places. So you get up essentially super early morning, our time, which is like regular time, their time. It's like midnight, our time, you wake up. And then you won't be to sleep until like 8 p.m. the next day, because that's when you land. We were supposed to land at 8:30. And, and we tried to stay awake the whole time. So we're fucking dead tired. Like Sarah and I are on this flight. We're dead tired. We're watching videos that we downloaded from Hulu. We're like watching a series, like trying to stay awake at a certain point, because much of the series that we're watching is subtitled. It's like half English, but half Japanese. And so there's a lot of subtitles that are going across. And I'm looking at time, like, I'm going to fall asleep if I keep watching this, because I'm reading and my brain's I'm going to put you asleep now. You reading, bitch. It's time to go to bed. So I was like in a rough shape. And then we're getting ready to land in Chicago. We're like an hour away. We're in Michigan. You can see on the flight thing, we're in Michigan. We're flying. And the guy comes over and says, there's thunderstorms in Chicago. We cannot land. It's Friday night, last Friday. There was big thunderstorms that rolled through Chicago. And he's like, we can't land. And there's kind of like a meh, like goes through the, we can't land. We got to divert to Minnesota, he says. And everybody's like, and I'm like, no. I'm like, if this guy isn't comfortable landing,
man,
neither am I, my friend. Wherever you would like to go.
Imagine if he said the opposite. Hey guys, big thunderstorms in Chicago. Air traffic control recommends we go to Minneapolis, but I think I can pull this off.
I just want to say out loud, fuck them.
Yeah. I think I got it. We're gonna give it hell.
And I'm like, dude, do whatever you gotta do. Like, I don't care. So they land in Minnesota, Minneapolis airport. We stay on the tarmac for a full hour and a half.
Oh, you betcha.
But they turned the air on. It was a hot day, but they turned the air on. They gave everybody water, and it was fine. It wasn't so bad. It could have been worse.
Right.
But it wasn't so bad. You're able to stand up, go to the bathroom, sort of get out of your seat a little bit.
I feel like as long as they have the air on, that makes a big difference, too.
It was a big difference. So the electricity was on the whole time, and so everything was working, et cetera. Then we got back up in the air and we flew. So it was an hour and a half delay. When I landed, I had to text the guy who's going to pick me up. So I don't know about you, but I'm a guy who lives far enough away from the airport where an Uber isn't super practical. Right. It's not super practical for me to get an Uber or a taxi. I live in the opposite direction from where all the taxis go. Right. And so it's not really optimal for me to get an Uber.
I have the same problem.
I have to book. I'm an old guy. I got to book a flight. And then I call the guy who gives me a ride to the airport, who shows up in like they have a whole team of people, but that's like mostly guys, I think, who do Uber stuff. Yeah. They show up and then they take you to the airport and you pay them a set fee. Right. And then you get out and it's almost always more than an Uber, but I don't care because I know it's set. That guy's going to be there. Yep. So I got a text while we were landing in Minneapolis. Hey, I'm going to be there. What happened to your flight? Because like they're looking at my flight number and they're like, where the fuck are you?
Yeah, I'm not driving to Minneapolis to pick you up.
So I sent him a message. I'm like, hey man, we got diverted. I was like, will you be able to be there? And he said, yeah, no problem. I'll be here. He's like, I'll be here. No problem. What time do you think you'll be here? And I said, they're saying it's this much time. I said, I imagine it's probably going to be around this time. And he said, okay, no problem. And it was going to be around 12:45-ish in the morning. Okay. Was when we were going to land. And we land at 1:10. right?
Not
so it's
too far off.
not too far
pretty
off.
good. Yeah.
We get out. We have to go through customs, and it takes a while. And then our luggage is one of the last that comes around. We had to check a bag.
Yep.
And when you connect flights, it's probably better to check a bag anyway. So I checked the bag. And so we get out, we start walking, and we get down to where they're supposed to pick you up. Well, I'm standing there, and I text the guy, and I'm like, hey, man, they're coming to pick us up. And there's a bunch of people standing there waiting. And then this guy just comes walk, because it's after midnight at O'Hare. He comes walking up, and he's in one of these vests, like a high visibility vest. And he's like, you guys can't get picked up on this level. Everybody's got to go up. You got to go upstairs. And we're like, go up where? And he's like, you need to go to departures. He's like, you need to go up to departures and get picked up. He's like, you can't get picked up on this level. This entire level's closed off. We closed it off for road work or whatever. I'm like, motherfucker. So now you got to go up 3 flights of stairs. And we're already kind of bouncing around trying to figure out where to be. And you're texting the guy and you're figuring it all out. It's a fucking nightmare, right? And I'm on, at this point, no sleep for 26 hours, right? So I'm 26 hours into this pig, and I'm an old man.
Dude,
Tom.
how's your mood, bro?
I'm an old man,
Good?
Tom. I can't function. Like, my brain is like starting to shut down. I'm like, when I was a kid, I could stay up for 36 hours, no big deal, 48 hours. I know you did the same when you were in college, no problem. I can't do that anymore. Like, my brain won't let me do that anymore. So I'm starting to like be like, where the fuck do I need to go? I'm like fucking confused. I'm like trying to go.
Yeah, man.
We get upstairs, and the guy says, I'll be there. He's like, I'm in the departures area. I'll be there in a minute. And I have his license plate or whatever. So he pulls up. It's a black car. I look. I'm like, okay, this is us. I get in the car. I load our shit. The guy comes out. We jump in, and we start to go. And I was like, oh, man, how long have you been waiting? He's like, I just got here. And I was like, what's our address you taking us to? And he's like, I'm taking you to Lake Zurich. And I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm in the wrong fucking car.
Are you serious?
So what happened was he texted me. It's very late, and this is my fault. I also found out it's his fault too, because he should have asked and like confirmed I'm the right person. But I send him the wrong message. I'm talking to this guy, and he tells me his license plates start with LY, which is livery, I guess, or whatever it is.
Oh,
and then 2 numbers and 4 numbers. Well, this guy had LY, but then the same 2 first numbers, same make and model and color.
And your brain just,
But I didn't look at the next 2.
Right.
Well, the next 2 were different, and that's really important.
That's a different,
it turns out.
right?
It's a totally different car. So I'm like, fuck. Well, now there's traffic, and it's blocked off, and he's got to go around. So he has to text his person. I got to text. I'm getting a call from my guy, and I'm like, you got to wait for me. I just reached in my pocket, and I was like, my friend, here's $20. I was like, I'm really sorry I got in your car. I'm very, very sorry.
Oh, my God.
If it would have got to 10 minutes, I was ready to give him another $20. I was like, I'm going to give this guy another 20. I'm like, I wanted to fold myself in half
and disappear.
Just like feed myself through the seats like I was a printer. You know, like how you just like fold and like, brrr, and just run myself out the back. I felt so mortified, Tom. It was all, and I'm in the wrong car for 10 minutes. And the whole time I'm just like, fuck. I feel like an asshole. I took this guy out of his route. I took my guy's got to wait for us. But as soon as I got in the taxi for the other, well, not the taxi, but the guy from the other, he's like, oh yeah, that's that guy's fault. He's like, it's not your fault. That's that guy's fault. He should have checked who you were. He's like, that's on him. That's on you. And I'm like, I still paid him $20.
I'd be like, first of all, thank you for that.
I was like, that's very nice of you. But I did pay that guy $20.
Dude, I would have too. Dude, I don't know. Like
it's so frustrating to do all that. I was a mess. I was a mess. Anyway, I just wanted to tell somebody.
I'll get there with you, because like when I fuck shit up like that, which is, like you, I'm pretty competent and responsible. So it's rare. So when I fuck stuff up like that, it's embarrassing as fuck.
So embarrassing,
right? So embarrassing. And then like, I'm also hyper aware that like now I've inconvenienced my wife. So she's probably annoyed too, right? Because like I'm embarrassed in front of everybody.
Yeah,
like I'm embarrassed for everyone.
I'm the one who picked the cab out, right? Like,
that's what I mean.
It's like Sarah's relying on me to do that, and I'm like, well, I fucking fucked up. What do you want from me? But it worked itself out in payroll,
right?
Literally payroll, because I paid the guy. But I was like, I was so mortified, Tom.
Because dude, the last thing I know you like, and it was the last thing you want to do is inconvenience 3 fucking people.
I know, and it was so funny because as soon as we got there, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I get out of the car, and there's a lady walking up, ready to go.
4 people,
ready to go in his car, and I was like, I'm glad I asked though. Within seconds, I asked, and it was already too late to turn around.
Good for you, because I'd ended up in Lake Zurich or whatever.
Oh,
I know me. I'd be like, tired now, in car.
Yeah. Well,
I'd be in fucking Lake Zurich.
Oh, it was awful. I was like, as soon as he said Lake Zurich, I was like, nope. I was like, that's the wrong car.
Dude, and that's the moon from
and
where
you're just
live.
like, yeah, it's not close. And this guy's supposed to go there.
Yeah.
And we can't trade because it's not like an Uber, right? Where you can just be like,
they might not even be the same company.
It's not. It's a guy's totally different things. It was a mess.
Oh, dude.
Absolute
that
mess.
sucks so
but
bad.
It was 100% one of those moments where you're just like, I don't know what I can do.
I would like to disappear though.
But I would like to jump out of your window.
Yeah, man.
Without
I fucking
unrolling
hate that shit.
I want a Kool-Aid man out of your car and just run off into the distance.
It's the worst. It's fucking hilarious. This story comes from The Independent. Chinese hotel told wake-up service of red pandas climbing onto guest beds must stop.
Would you go there, Tom?
Yes.
Would you?
Dude, red pandas are first of all,
sorry. I don't know.
A red panda is the cutest fucking animal.
It's a cute animal, but
it's in the world.
But it's like, that's not like a fucking like house animal though.
I don't care. And I want to say, all right, Buzzy McBuzzkill. I know this is a wild animal. I think they're probably endangered. This is ecologically a fucking mess, and I might get bitten by one. I know all of that's true.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, this guy's like luring it upstairs with apples, and I'm just like, dude, I just don't want it to think I'm the apple. Okay.
All I care about in the world now is what hotel is doing this.
They're gonna stop though. You can't do it.
But I want there to be look. There are places where there's no rules.
You're gonna do what I did and be like, here's a $20.
Yeah, man. Patrons, new goal. Help me out until I can cuddle a red panda.
Help Tom get a red panda encounter.
I mean, they are so adorable. I don't even believe they're real.
Have you ever done any?
So cute.
Have you ever done any of these like animal encounters where you get an opportunity to be around? Because Sarah did one when we were down in Australia.
So did we, yeah.
And it was sugar gliders.
Okay.
And like a couple of other animals that she got to pet, like a joey.
Yeah.
And like things like that. And she really enjoyed it. She thought it was great. And I was just like, yeah, it's just, I'm like, I'm good.
I love that shit.
Like when she's like, you want to hold it? I was like, no, I'm like, I'm all right. I'm like, she's like, well, you know, you can hold it if you want. I was like, that's fine. I was like, she can have my time.
Right.
I'm like, I don't need to hold the little rat thing. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to hold it.
I'm still like a 9-year-old boy when it comes to that stuff. So Haley and I, when we were in Australia, we took this, the coolest thing that we did when we were there, when we were in Cairns, we took this like train up to the top of this mountain. Cairns?
Is that how you say it?
Cairns. We were in Cairns.
Say it as wrong as possible so we get as much messages as possible.
Well, like we took this like just unbelievably cool train up to the top of this mountain, and they told you all kinds of cool facts, you know. So I love that shit.
Yeah,
Haley
I love that
loves
too.
Shit.
I love that too.
So like, and then we get to the top of this mountain, there's like a village up there, and we walk around this village, and then there's like a place where you could like stand in a really long line in the heat in order to like hold a koala bear for a few minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
We wanted to do this because koala bear, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
like, you know, it's like when are you ever going to see a koala bear up close? Discovered a few important details about koala bears. One, they are not as cute in person as they are in pictures. They smell whatever you think the worst smell you've ever smelled in your life is.
I didn't even touch it and I could tell it smelled bad.
A koala bear's, they're so stinky. It's like it genuinely made our eyes water to be near them.
Who knew that eucalyptus leaves would do that?
They are, and then like, so like Haley was in front of me. She was more excited about the koalas than I was. So she was in front of me. She took a turn. She got scratched by the koala, and then it got like all like gross like the next day or two.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then they traded right after she was done. It's because the koala had been handled all day or for like a set number of time, and they actually traded it out when it was so it was like getting antsy.
It's tagged out. Yeah,
right.
Right.
And so I got the docile, sleepy one. She got the kind of agitated one. So she had like a kind of a bummer experience.
Yeah,
she got the bad koala. Yeah. They threw that one out and got a fresh one.
Sure, yeah.
Right. So they just put it in the koala shredder or whatever they do with them when they're done with the koalas. And then like when you leave that section, which that was a suboptimal animal encounter. But when you left that section, you got to like go in this like paddock that had wallabies and like kangaroos that were just docile and like a dog. And like they just like come up, and it's not even like when you go to the petting zoo and there's goats and the goats attack you basically for like
foods,
chibli bits or whatever they feed them. They're just chill like a dog. So you like they walk up to you, you walk up to them, you pet them, they kind of cuddle into it.
Yeah.
They were adorable, man. I loved that. Yeah, I thought that was great. Yeah. So yeah, like, and I was like, yeah, I could cuddle a kangaroo.
They do it with like dolphins and like manta rays and like all kinds of crazy shit you can do it with. And there's like certain animals that'd be like when Sarah and I were on vacation, we had an opportunity. This was the last time we went over to Norway. There was an opportunity to ride sled dogs in the summer. If it was cool enough, there was going to be a pulled rolling sled and you could get on with these sled dogs. Well, sled dogs, one, are really energetic, and two, also really smelly. They smell real bad. So like there was a dog encounter, but like when we were there, I was like, that dog smells like it ate a bucket of worms. I'm like, it's the worst smelling dog I've ever smelled in my life. I'm like, I love dogs. I think dogs are amazing, but I'm like, I'm not petting that. No, I'm like, that dog, I pet that dog, I will smell like that for 4 straight days.
Dude,
I'm like, I'm not going to touch that dog. I'm like, that dog's super cute and I will take a photo of it, but that dog smells like the worst. It smells like someone drained a fucking retention pond and then like slathered that mud on your face. Like it smells so bad. I was like, fuck that. I was like, absolutely not. So I actually can control myself really easily, but Sarah was like, no, I'll pick it up. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm like, I'm not taking a photo with it. No. I'm like, I'll take a photo with it when it's there. Right. But it won't take a photo with it when it's right here.
Dude, I like anything that stinks, I'm immediately like, it's not cute anymore.
It's not cute anymore. Like it stops being cute. Yeah. I wonder what these pandas smell like. I wonder if they smell like green apples or if they smell like,
if they smell like piss rats or whatever. Like absolutely not. Like absolutely not. That's the problem with like rodenty things. And I know red pandas aren't rodents, so don't send me an email. But like a lot of stuff, you're like, that's fucking cute. It's like, but it fucking stinks of musk, smells and piss
so bad,
and like fucking like cedar shavings or whatever. Like,
skunks are supposed to be really sweet.
Skunks,
like, skunks, and like raccoons and other things. And
my dad knew somebody that had a pet skunk,
like,
but it was deglanded.
You can degland it, but even still, like I was like, yeah, man, that's great and all, but I'm good.
Yeah. I think
I don't need any animal adventures. I'm not fucking Dr. Doolittle.
Dude,
man.
I know it's a bad idea. I know that in many cases it's not good for the animals. I do. But I also just want to say out loud so everyone in the world knows, I'll kill a man to cuddle a red panda. They're adorable. Yeah. I love them.
Somebody's going to tell you what they smell like and then you're going to change your mind.
But what if they smell like green apples?
They might. Sounds possible.
This story's from Vice. People with swamp crotch keep setting off TSA alarms. What I love about this story is that this is a woman who, like, I think she took to Reddit to say, like, to tell her story. And I thought, like, you couldn't waterboard out of me.
These are some things that will never, this will be between me and the TSA guy for the rest of our life. Actually, it'll be just between me. He'll know me and he'll tell this story.
Right.
But I won't be attached to it. There's no way you could. There's no way you could fucking Jeffrey Epstein push pin me to that shit. No way. What? No way. What I wonder is, do I have to squeegee that liquid off and put it in a baggie? And if it's more than 3 ounces, what do I have to put it in my check luggage?
Do you have anything to declare? I declare I stink.
I'm sorry, you gotta put your balls through this old-timey roller device to squeeze the fucking squeegee the juice off of yourself. Yeah, it's funny because like evidently moisture is one of the things that sets this thing off, especially body moisture and stuff. And if you just got a fucking you just got a raging swamp crotch because you're spending your day fucking completely out of your game, totally stressed.
Yes.
But there's nothing that throws you off your game more than just traveling in general.
Yes.
So you're sweating, you're fucking trying to run through an airport, you're trying to do all this stuff. So like I would imagine that there's got to be more swamp crotch than not swamp crotch when you're going through those things.
I will tell you, when I've traveled, there's no way I'm going to say, you know what? I've landed fresh as a daisy. A smell like it's not like, and I will, like, I sweat. Like, I'm a guy that sweats.
I sweat too.
Like, I've had the laser treatments on my underarms, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I still use a prescription deodorant. Like, that's just how my body
is. Sweat.
I just sweat. Like, my body figured out that, like, I could eliminate all the water I don't drink in my entire life by sweating, and it's trying to kill me through dehydration at all times.
Dude,
I get patted down constantly, and now I know why.
Well, let me tell you. Do you want to be the guy who has to reach your hand in there to pat the person down?
Yeah, right?
Then you're like, It's like that scene from Ghostbusters when he's trying to slap the goop off his hand. Ectoplasm's on his hand and he's shaking it to try to get it off. And then the guy turns and there's that fucking box you got to walk through and he's just wiping his hand on the box to get rid of it. Amazing.
This story is fucking crazy. This is from ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Hundreds of Amazon packages mistakenly shipped to woman's home for over a year. It's been hell. So what happened in a nutshell is there is a Chinese company selling some like baby seat carrier cover. And it's an expensive cover. It's like $130 or something. And the company accidentally put her address as the return address. So everybody who buys this and returns it is shipping it to this poor lady's house instead of back to wherever they were supposed to be shipping it back to. And like, there's no good system to fix the problem. So this lady is getting they're blocking her fucking driveway. Yeah. She can't get her car in and out. And more shit just keeps appearing. The product's got like fucking 1-star reviews because nobody's returns are getting like delivered as returned. So everyone's like, what the fuck? I fucking did this thing. I returned it. I'm not getting my refund.
Right. Because it's her address on there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, it didn't ever show up. And you're like, well, motherfucker, you're the one who put the address on there.
And Amazon was basically like, I don't know, donate it to Goodwill.
Well, and then Amazon's like, don't worry, it's not going to happen again. And the next day there'd be like 35 packages. My favorite part of this whole article is this picture.
I know, she just has, you guys. So
I put it on the big screen, but genuinely what they did was this like Fox station or whatever it is, ABC 7 station or whatever, walked up and said, hey man, we're going to go in back and get one of these old ass bags and packages and we're going to set it on your steps. And then I want you to forlornly stick your arms out. Like, what is happening in my life?
She's gesturing with her 2 arms out like, do you see this shit? The universal, do you believe this shit gesture?
But it 100% took it from the back because you look, it's like covered in like water damage. Oh, yeah. You're like, you got that from the backyard. That didn't just show up this morning. Like she's doing this thing. You're like, it's an amazingly staged photo. I love it so much.
Staged. It's so fucking staged. I love too that up until ABC 7 got involved, Amazon was basically like, not our problem. We're not fixing it. Donate shit to Goodwill. Then like ABC 7 gets involved and Amazon's like, we'll pick that shit up. We're really sorry.
We'll be right there as soon as possible. Yeah. As soon as somebody with teeth gets involved that can ruin their reputation, they're immediately on it. But if it's just you and them, we're the big boy in the room.
Yeah. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it? Call somebody?
Who are you going to call?
I was thinking too, like, what a bummer it's not iPads or something.
Oh, I know, right? Like it's a very specific seat.
There's no resale market for it.
Yeah, man. If it was like something else.
Because like if you're going to fuck me over and there's a resale market for it, I'd be like, keep fucking me over, stupid. Yeah, I mean, I'll quit my job reselling this crap.
Would it be a crime, though, if it showed up at your house, delivered to another person at your house if you opened?
I can tell you that in Illinois, if something gets delivered to you in error, it's yours. Like, so that's how that works. Like the delivery company, I remember looking this up once. The delivery, now it might be different in other places, but the delivery company has a responsibility to deliver it to the right place. If the delivery company shows up at your door and leaves shit at your house, that's your shit now.
That's your shit now.
So like, fuck you, strong letter to follow.
Take up sewing and then sew a really big seat cover.
Oh, make a giant quilt of seat covers? This story comes from CBS News. 2 bears escape wildlife park enclosure, devour a 7-day supply of honey, then fall asleep.
There's never been a more Winnie the Pooh moment in bear history.
If they were only wearing shirts with no pants. I know, right?
Shirts, no pants. Shirts, no pants, doing the tummy dance. Then you're like, yeah, no, it's 100% Winnie the Pooh.
At home, if like we're changing our clothes or whatever, and like Haley or I is just wearing a shirt with no pants or something, we'd be like, oh, Winnie the Pooh in it? Like, it's just like, that's just what that's called. That's just what that's called. Like when you're like,
I fucking love that they get out and they're like, do you want to go really far? No, I just want to go to the honey and then fall asleep.
This is living the dream. You imagine eating a whole calendar week's worth of dessert.
Yeah.
And then just being like, yeah, and then I napped. I'd be like, dude, you broke out. What'd you do?
That really sounds like every day, actually.
I had a week's worth of dessert and took a nap. That's my fucking life now.
That's my life now.
That's it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Bears aren't always good news.
No, bears aren't good news. This guy should have had 7-day supply of honey.
This is also from CBS. Hiker dies after bear knocks him into 2,600-foot ravine in Greece.
Yeah.
So, like,
I just hope this happens to the Packers quarterback this year. I just want a bear to knock him into a 2,600-foot ravine. It doesn't matter if it's a Chicago bear either. I don't care. Yeah.
Dude, 2,600 feet. I didn't even know there were ravines that are 2,600 feet deep.
Right?
Like,
that
this
feels
is like
a
some
lot.
Grand Canyon shit.
That feels like a lot. 2,600 feet. It's like, what is it, half a mile down?
That's far enough that when you're falling, you're like, I'm still falling. You know you're falling. You're like, this is actually taking a while.
I wonder if they did like the Princess Bride tumble down the thing the whole way.
Oh, shit. So it wasn't just a straight
Yeah, just straight
fall?
down. If it's a ravine, you're just like, as you wish. All the way down. Yeah.
Like Homer Simpson off that cliff in the first. Fucking A. I didn't even know there were like brown bears in Greece.
Evidently, so
I didn't know. I'm learning all kinds of shit about. It's full of ravines and bears.
So the story.
That's all Greece is, actually.
The story is there was a couple people walking and a bear kind of runs out after one guy. He bear sprays it. The bear panics and bounces into another guy and then shoots him down.
Like, I also say, like, the bear, he sprayed all the bear spray at the bear. And the bear was like, all right, I won't attack you, but I'm going after the other guy.
I'm going to go after somebody else.
Like, holy, everybody in your party should have bear spray.
Attacked by a bear or fall down a 2,500-foot ravine.
Oh, fall.
You fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Falling? I feel like falling for the most part is at least you're going to be unconscious quickly, hopefully, right? Like, I've got one dumb head that has to hit one dumb hard thing.
Yeah.
A bear, I feel like the bear's not like, let me make this quick for you, bro.
The bear could probably just be like, I'm going to start with the amuse-bouche.
Yeah, right?
Which is your spleen.
That's it.
And then I'm going to work my way through other things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I definitely don't want to be a multi-course meal.
Yeah, I
like 100% don't want to be a multi-course meal.
1,000%.
Because I don't even know what to pair with me, to be honest.
Right, is it a Chianti? It's a nice Chianti.
Almost certainly 7 days worth of honey.
I've seen the movie. It's a nice Chianti.
It's 7 days worth of honey. That's what it is.
It's a pretty sweet meal. This is from Yahoo Sports. Trump kept FIFA Club World Cup trophy for himself, leaving champions Chelsea to lift a replica.
So this is like I'm going to put it on the big screen so people can see it. I thought it was just because I saw him pocket a medal. So what happens is during the ceremony, first, Trump won't get off the stage. So evidently they asked him to come on the stage for a second to like lift the thing. And then he just stayed there. Like he just hung out. Like he didn't leave. Like nobody came in and whisked him away. He was like partying with the guys. Like he just won a FIFA thing or whatever. But anyway, this trophy is a replica, evidently the big one that they're holding. I thought it was the little thing in his pocket that they had to replace.
Oh, yeah.
But he got not only they only gave him a medal, but it wasn't the medal. It was the actual trophy itself that they brought to the White House ahead of time. And then they just, I don't know, I guess they just never took it or something.
Well, it's so crazy because he says like, yeah, it's in the Oval Office now. Like when Trump's talking about it, it's like, why? Why do you want someone else's trophy, man? That's so weird.
He's such a weird dude.
That's such a weird thing to do, man. Like you want to be, there was a point in my life, and I will tell you, I was distressingly old when I realized this. I just kind of came to understand that you can just buy a trophy because of course you can. I could just call a trophy company. And like, I remember being like in my mid-20s or something when like, I was like, I drove past the place that sells trophies and I was like, oh, yeah, just buy trophies there. And then I was like, wait a minute. You don't have to earn them? Like you don't have to like tell the company, oh, I was first place in this judo. I could just
That'd be amazing. You have to walk in and you're like, yeah, I'd like to buy a trophy for baseball all-star. And they'd be like, well, can you prove that you're an all-star?
Part of me,
I need your papers. Sir.
Yes, there's like a part of me that, of course, realizes this wasn't true, but probably still never.
There's a dude back there with a big one of those
monocle, like a jeweler thing,
jeweler glasses in his eyes, who's inspecting your all-star paperwork to decide whether or not. It's like, wait a minute, you were put in here because of your glove skills, not because of your bat skills. We can't give you a bat trophy. We have to give you a glove trophy.
I did see, so I think I thought that like only like an accredited organization could buy a trophy.
That's super amazing.
It's a trophy.
That's amazing.
Like, I'm here. I promise I represent the National Baseball Foundation or fucking whatever, Like, I don't know. But then I came to realize like anybody could just buy a trophy.
Just anybody. It's anarchy when it comes to trophies.
And like, I've never won a trophy.
Yes, you did. You won a potty.
I won a potty.
You won a potty.
I won a potty. I did. I won a potty.
We did a live stream.
Yes, I remember.
Where
I won a potty.
I went to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Speaking of trophies,
you can get them at Goodwill.
I went to Goodwill and there was 2 baseball trophies at Goodwill. So I just taped ping pong balls over the baseballs and made them look like microphones. And I painted the whole thing gold and I called it a potty. And gave them out on the air. You won one.
I won one.
And then Ian's sexy friend who read our ad won one as well.
I remember this. Yeah, it was
he won it over
fucking
Ian
funny
too, which was great.
Yeah,
so,
well, Ian deserves nothing.
It was awesome because Ian lost the potty and Ian was like, okay. He knew it was coming too because I had Ian's sexy friend as one of the nominees. He's like, okay, I know what you're going to do. And I was like, you have no idea what I'm going to do. And then I gave it to a sexy friend. He's like, I knew what you were going to do the whole time. It was amazing. But yeah, you did win a trophy.
I did win a trophy.
A single
I did win a trophy. But like, I wouldn't want a trophy I didn't earn. Like, why would you want this if you're Trump? What a weird thing to do.
That you did earn.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless it's like the thing that you do for a living that you did your whole life was your dream, right? You're a soccer player, so you're going to go out and like this trophy is the biggest thing in your life. Then yes, baby.
Then yeah, right.
But like other than that, no, I don't even think I'd want one in a thing that I was relatively good at that was a hobby. I'd be like, I'm good.
Like, what do you fucking have? Like, what is Trump doing? Like, if I have something in my office and it's an award, I want to have done the thing that was awarded.
The requisite thing to get awarded for it.
Otherwise, I have someone else's trophy.
It's so amazing that's something that's
so weird.
What's so crazy is
he's so weird.
What's so crazy though is that he's made up things even that aren't even real that he won trophies for, like Michigan Man of the Year.
Yes, I forgot about that. He was Michigan Man of the Year. And Michigan was like, we don't have a man. We don't have a
Man of the Year.
That's weird, dude.
But you're made weird. One.
This is great. This is from Patch, which is like a local newspaper. They have them all over. JINKIES. Great. Duncanville burglary suspect clad in Scooby-Doo costume.
You know what we never had happen on Scooby-Doo is nobody ever took Scooby's mask off. And here's what actually happens. What happens is you have a guy who's stealing from like an ATM. Like, who was Scooby this whole time?
Like, zoinks, man. Empty the register.
Hold on though, Tom. Can we prove this isn't you? Because I think I've seen you in this costume before.
Okay. I've maybe worn a Scooby costume.
I've seen Tom in a Scooby costume at one of the many Halloween parties that you've thrown throughout the years. I am pretty sure it's either you or it was another good friend of ours. Had a Scooby costume.
Well, it was our good friend Jen had a Scooby costume,
and you tried it on. You put it on.
And now, listeners, our friend Jen is, let me do the math, 1/8 of my size.
She weighs. She's like pushing 100.
Yeah, I mean, like if there's a strong breeze, you have to anchor her to the earth. Yeah. She is tiny.
She's a very small
woman. And I am not.
No.
And I especially was not at this time.
That was great, though, because you did some really good Homer stuff while you were doing like a Homer dance for a while.
I love the idea of not just wearing a mask to your robbery, but looking around your house and being like, I'm repurposing some shit. You know?
Yeah. Or you went to like Goodwill and you're like, hey, man, I could probably do this here.
Yeah. Like everybody could put the pantyhose on, but
do you think it was an escape van that they got?
Be on the lookout for a mystery machine. That is a mystery machine. We have a bolo for a mystery machine.
There's a tiny, like he brings his kid and he's in a scrappy outfit.
The getaway driver has a fucking orange ascot on and a white shirt. I never would have expected it from Fred.
God, I was hitting on Velma the whole time. Unbelievable.
I fucking love Scooby-Doo, man.
Yeah, I love Scooby-Doo. I thought it was great. I enjoyed the shit out. What cartoons were like staple for you as a kid? Like that you wouldn't miss? Because there's two for sure for me was G.I. Joe and Transformers. I would not miss
Dude, I loved G.I. Joe.
I would not miss either of those. I also watched He-Man like crazy when I was a kid too.
So those were like, I loved Thundercats.
Yeah.
Thundercats was fucking awesome.
Thundercats dope. You're right. Yeah. I watched the shit out of Thundercats.
Thundercats was
awesome. Fucking great.
And then like when I got a little older, there was like the after school cartoons that I liked. I liked DuckTales.
DuckTales was dope.
Ooh, I love DuckTales.
Was dope.
That was great.
I don't know how we dove into that big pile of money though. That looks like it would hurt. That looks like
don't try this at home.
I don't think you can dive into coins.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, anyway.
I liked DuckTales. I liked Darkwing Duck. I also liked Darkwing Duck.
Like ducks. You like a lot
that
of
was
ducks.
a good show.
Yeah. All my friends were into Robotech when I was a kid, and I never watched it.
I never watched that.
I never watched Robotech. I know it was like a cool thing that a lot of people watched, but I don't remember if I didn't get the channel or was on cable or something and I didn't get it or something.
I'm not familiar with it.
But Robotech was like, it's like an anime, but it was in 30-minute sections, and they played it on television, and it was a huge deal for a lot of the kids I went to school with. They loved the shit out of it. I remember another one I loved too was on Saturday mornings. It was Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid.
Oh, I remember that show.
I watched the shit out of that show.
I still remember the intro of that show.
Yeah. I watched the shit out of that show when I was a kid.
It's funny how much if you go back and look at YouTubes of any of that stuff, they were all just commercials for toys.
And they're also so bad. They're all so bad. They're not good. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, oh yeah, I remember that Herculoids cartoon or whatever. And so you watch it, or Thundar the Barbarian. You're like, I remember Thundar the Barbarian. Yeah. You watch it, you're like, this is the worst shit ever. What is happening? Thundar is just constantly going, ah! And you're like, nothing's happening.
It's so bad.
You were such a stupid kid.
Yeah, man.
And no matter what, it doesn't matter who you were.
Yep.
You were a stupid kid, because it is not entertainment.
It's not.
It's garbage. It's what people call brain rot for kids now. It was literally the same.
It's the same.
It's literally the same thing. There's no difference. It's no difference. Now it's a toilet and like a guy screaming out of a toilet or whatever. But back then it was just Thundar the Barbarian with his fucking moon sword or whatever.
It doesn't matter.
It was all garbage.
Like before, you were watching a commercial.
Yeah.
Most of the time you were just watching toy commercials, and you were like, I love this show. Incidentally, I would like the following items for Christmas.
I would love to buy a Castle Grayskull.
Right, yeah, come the fuck up. You're watching a toy commercial, and you thought you weren't. Like, now you're watching YouTube shit, and like, that's just a different kind of commercial.
It's also a different kind of brain. It's the same brain rot.
Right.
Like,
it's nothing there.
It's always been brain rot.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get messages. People be like, the brain rot's different now. I don't think so.
No, what's different is your stomach for it has changed.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. I've got 4 kids. I hate it. But like, I'm also looking at it, I'm like, yeah, well, you'll grow out of it.
When I was in high school, there was kids, they used to just like, do you remember in high school where there would be like a saying that people would just say so much?
Yeah.
That was just like the thing?
Not.
There was nonsense. What was it?
Not. You remember that?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
psych, not.
Psych or not.
Uh-huh.
But there was a kid in my, I don't even know what it meant. He used to just scream it all the time. He used to say, "Birds eat." He used to say that. And I don't even know what it meant, but he would say it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
He just scream it for no reason. And it happened all the time. And I'm like, yeah, man, kids say skibbity toilet now.
Yeah.
That's the same fucking thing as what the kids screamed when I was in high school.
Well, like at some point kids figure out, like one of the things, like as kids go through like the developmental process of like learning how humor works, one of the things that they learn and seems to have like a long timeline in that developmental process of learning what's funny is they learn a spot where it's like random, unexpected shit that's disconnected, non sequitur shit, noises, non sequiturs. I like turtles, like that non sequitur stuff. They learn that piece, and that I think is the hardest piece for like grown ass people to stomach because it's just free of context.
Yeah,
and there's just
nothing,
and it's so repetitive.
Yeah,
and you're like, fucking cut it out. Like, stop it. That's not fucking funny.
Although I will point it to millennials. Like back before there was a Facebook, there used to be these email message groups we used to be in on. And there was somebody that I remember used to just always sign their messages with like this random
shit
at the end. And I'm like, that's not funny. Yeah. But like, that's like a millennial thing where they'll just be like, turtles and titties.
Yep. And you're like,
what? That's not funny.
Because a lot of people don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
Like, look at like a lot of the reason that like something like Family Guy hit really hard when it first came out, because it would be this, you're expecting a sort of like traditional storytelling, sitcom-esque structure, and they would have these sort of non sequitur asides, right? So they just have like, and they would also have the same repetitive thing happen longer than you would
expect, yeah.
And it's like, that stuff is kind of funny the first few times you see it. And for some people, it's funny the 25th time.
It's funny always, yeah.
For other people, you're just like, yeah, I got that. Like, it's structurally the same thing, and I'm bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
This from The Independent. White House duped by April Fool's tweet about In-N-Out ingredient changes.
Yeah, they said that they were like In-N-Out put it out a tweet that literally the second part of the tweet, and also the same day, by the way, I will point out, literally the reply to it, not even like there's anything in between it. It looks like, what does it say? What time?
In-N-Out Burger is saying it's official. In-N-Out will be transitioning to 100% pure beef tallow. The change is set to become effective 5/1/2025 at all In-N-Out locations. Then literally an hour later, it says, before this gets out of hand, April Fools.
Yeah. And then the fucking administration a couple days ago congratulated them for changing to beef tallow.
So fucking embarrassing.
God, it's so like these people have no. I can't imagine if something like this happened during the Biden administration. Like, it's so funny that all these bad things all these really stupid, not bad. It's just not bad. There's nothing to it, but it's stupid. It's just so stupid. Just you being a stupid person and having a stupid administration, and there's never anything about it. You're just like, yeah, well, they just fucked up, and we expect them to fuck up.
Right? There's no standard. Like, this is the thing is with something like this is there's no interest in saying true things. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't make any difference. And like, Steak and Shake did actually transition to beef tallow, and they've got billboards all over the place saying,
"Don't go to Steak and Shake.
Don't go to Steak." Don't go to Steak. Basically, have billboards saying, "Don't go to Steak and Shake."
Steak and Shake 100% is like Trump supporting. So don't go there. Don't.
And that's why they did it. So, and now they have billboards that basically
they have to beg people to come there.
Right? Yeah. First of all, Steak and Shake was always gross.
Steak and Shake is disgusting.
See, it was always a bad place to eat.
I don't care how much beef tallow you put on anything there. It's never going to be good.
It was always one of those restaurants for me that I was like, is this owned by the mob? Who's going here?
What I always wondered was like, it's always one of those weird places where it's like, it's a burger place, but I got to sit down.
Yes.
Like, you only have 6 things on the menu, but I got to sit here and wait for somebody to come to me.
I'm getting a burger that is no better than anything I can get through a drive-thru.
Genuinely
but you
not
don't
better.
Have a drive.
Genuinely not better. It's in fact, it's a worse burger.
Which would you rather have? A Culver's burger?
One thing I've only eaten there twice. I've only got it. I want to say it was like maybe 25 years ago that I ate there, but I ate there twice, and each time I ate there, I was like, "Is there meat on this?"
Yeah,
I was like blown away. I was like, "Is there actually like I don't taste any meat? Like, what is happening? How are they still in business?
I don't know.
It's like the Vitamin Shoppy,
right?
Like, how is that place in business,
dude?
What are you selling there?
It's got. That's why I'm like, is this a money laundering place
or something? Where you're like, come on here, a mattress store that's as big as a fucking as a goddamn airport.
Cecil,
how are you? You're not. There's no one in here.
There's no one there. How are you paying the rent? How do you keep the lights? I would tell you a mattress story real quick. In Naperville, Illinois. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that on the busiest north-south road in Naperville, Illinois, which is about 145,000 people. So it's a pretty big town, right? The biggest north-south corridor is Route 59. On Route 59 in Naperville, there is literally a mattress firm across the street from Mattress Firm. It's just so you can go to one
firms. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's so weird. How are they both in business, Cecil? How?
Do you think if one of them was like out, they're like, "Hey, can I borrow a cup of mattress?"
Part of me hopes that like a brother owns one and another brother owns the other.
Like a rivalry.
And there's like a sibling rivalry.
What if it's like 2 rival families and there's a star-crossed love that happens?
Like a Capulet Montague situation with the mattress firms? People are fucking dying in the street. You come up, you're like, I'd like
to buy a mattress, Tybalt.
This story's from the AP. Could you eat this much ice cream?
That's a stupid question.
Cecil, thank you.
That's a stupid. How dare you? That's a stupid question. Go on, Tom.
The answer is yes without having to finish. Could you eat this much ice cream after walking 1,100 miles? Some Appalachian Trail hikers tried.
Okay, I want to put this embarrassingly small amount of ice cream up on screen.
Could I eat this ice cream?
It was a half gallon.
That's 4 pints of ice cream.
I'm not saying that I would regularly polish off a half gallon. But I am saying there's probably not a limit to the amount of ice cream that I could eat.
I don't understand the idea.
I only stop because it's a pint. I only stop because it's gone.
You stop because your spoon scrapes at the bottom and there's no more ice cream.
No more ice cream in here. I'm done now.
Yeah.
But if it was a half gallon, there would still be ice cream in there. The one thing I'd be worried about the half gallon is it would all be melty by the time I'd finish it. I think.
I would worry that I would want more and embarrass myself. That's what I would worry about.
Tom shows up and he's like, how many half gallons you got back there?
Right.
I walked really far.
If you, I say this, but like a surprise, when I did the only thing like I've ever done that's been like an endurance sport type thing is I did a century bike ride. So it's a 100-mile bike ride.
You also ran around Chicago with a backpack on.
Oh, I did that Go Ruck thing. I forgot about that. Yeah, I did that stupid Go Ruck thing that I hated so much.
I did the Tough Mudder.
Yeah, you did a Tough Mudder.
The Tough Mudder. And I've run a bunch of races, but not anything like really, really long. Only an hour at the most. So
after my century ride, I expected, because you blow through an enormous amount of calories, I expected to be incredibly hungry. You fuel while you do these things, like a little bit here, a little bit there, but you can't eat a lot or you'll get sick.
Yeah.
And you're just really just trying to keep your glycogen levels up to a certain place and deplete them and up and down. Yeah. But like, I expected, I couldn't eat afterwards. Like I tried afterwards to eat because I knew I was going to need to. I just blown through a lot of calories and I had to drive home from Michigan that day. And I felt weird. And like the idea of eating was just intensely unappealing. I look at this and I'm like, but that's ice cream.
Also,
I could eat ice cream.
I also feel like, too, that's very different than what they're doing. They're walking.
They're walking.
I don't disagree that hiking is different than walking. But I also think that riding a bike at a level of intensity for a long time straight is different than just walking through. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong.
And they didn't go 1,100 miles in one day.
They did.
Like they just that's the length of the trail.
They walked a little bit that day.
Right.
I don't feel like it's that different. I this is also something you wanted to do, right?
I wanted to do the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, I did. Here's the thing. I have a vision. I've realized this as I've gotten older. I have a fantasy version of myself that isn't real and has never been real. And at 47, I recognize it will never be real. And in that fantasy version of myself, I am the kind of person that hikes the Appalachian Trail. I don't think this is something I could do. I would get lonely. I am not a person who actually handles lengths of solitude like this. This is a 6-month thing. Well, I would not do well. I know like emotionally, psychologically, this would be bad for me. I could do something like this if I had a couple of friends that I was close to that were also doing it. But like the fantasy version of Tom that is very interested in this kind of like deep self-reliance, woodsmanship, all the kinds of things that are part of this, like that's not really who I am. And if it was who I am, I would have done it.
I wonder what's different than maybe a 2 or 3 day walk.
Yeah, right.
Like to me, like it's like if you could do, like let's say I could walk between 2 towns that are like 20 miles away and it takes me 2 or 3 days or something. I don't know how long that takes. To be honest, I have no idea because I don't hike.
Right.
But let's just say it takes me 2 days. And maybe that's slow. I don't know. But in that case, let's say it takes me 2 days.
Depends on the terrain, right?
Well, let's say it's 100 miles and I walked and took 10 days or something.
Right.
How is that materially different than 6 months? I understand it is.
Right. Yeah.
But I also understand how different is it? Like what degree difference? And I'm sure there's people who have done some of these things. Because in fact, we covered the Barkley races on Citation Needed, and people who have tried it contacted us.
I know. I thought that was incredible.
It's insane that there's people who like this podcast and the other podcast reach enough people where there's enough of a subset where you're like, there might have been not just one, but multiple people who have done this.
You have to be a certain type of person. And again, I used to think that I wanted to be or fantasize that I was this kind of person for whom like, it's not just an endurance thing, but it's like, it's a solitude. It's a length of time.
It's gotta be, there's gotta be something
yourself, not just physically, but emotionally. And I think you just have to want to be alone like that.
Yeah.
And I just don't want that. Like one of the things that was said in this article, somebody said like, you basically are unplugging from life for a half a year. And I'm like,
but I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to have this like fantasy version of myself that was incredibly self-reliant like this. And I recognize like, I actually will call you and be like, hey man, can you come over and help me do plumbing?
Yeah.
I'd rather have the company.
Yeah. I will say though, you are starting to lure me in with the ice cream. I'm just All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our funny show this week. We'll be back on Monday with a full show, but we're going to leave like we always do with the Skeptic's Creed.
Credulity is not a virtue. It's fortune cookie cutter, mom.